don't really need a goal for this, but I should put up, like, Capcom 1991. There we go.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Alright. Hope I got everything set.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you whoever's hosting. Hosts don't show up in my chat now for some reason. Oh yeah, I definitely didn't say I'm I'm not a fan of fighting games. I wouldn't be playing all these games if I didn't like them. Anyway, Street Fighter 2. Of course we're playing Guile. Would I ever pass up the chance to play Guile in Street Fighter 2: The World Warrior? Would I ever pass up the chance to break the game? Hell no. Oh, we're getting elephants already. Great. Oops. That's a combo. Ooh, the re-dizzy. Oh, I missed the handcuffs. So yeah, if you weren't around for, I imagine a lot of people weren't around for arcades in 1991, but if you were, you would remember that Street Fighter 2 was a goddamn phenomenon. Like, arcades were kind of in a, not really a slump, but they were kind of, arcades were still, still giving people, like, producing games that were more powerful than home consoles. I guess, like, Neo Geo was the exception to the rule, but so you would still be able to play, like, the latest and greatest games at arcades, but for a lot of places they weren't doing as well as they were in the early 80s. And then Street Fighter 2 like kind of changed everything. Because like also Llama, thank you for the 37 months. Because I'll never forget like the first time I saw Street Fighter 2. It was at the local gold mine arcade that I've talked about a few times. There was just a crowd of people around it. And like I hadn't seen like a long time, like just like a crowd of people around a game like that. And I was curious, I wanted to play it, but there were so many people, I figured, well, I'll probably just have to wait and play it when the crowd's dispersed. They never did. Nope, handcuffs. Don't worry, everything's fine. And so it was there that, like, I noticed that, you know, people weren't playing against a computer. They were just, they were playing against each other. And I figured it was just, like, a bunch of people that knew each other. Because it just seemed like a weird concept to just go in and just play random people. Because, I mean, these arcade games, there were like, co-op aspects to it where you might team up with a person to go through a beat-em-up or whatever, but the fact that people were like practically lined up just to play versus matches of this was, I don't know, it confused me. And like I think I finally got up the courage to like figure out like how the line worked. And then of course I got destroyed. I had no idea what I was doing. And for the longest time, like I never had any idea what I was doing in this game. It was hard to get the chance to learn because you had to jump into the deep end. You had to play against people all the time. Because no matter when I went to that that gold mine arcade, there were always people there. Like, the battle counter would be at battle 99, like, all the time. Get the magic throw. Nope. So, like, I wanted to learn how to play the game, but there was no chance to at that point. So I just kind of, like, joined in and started mashing buttons. I don't even remember who I picked the first time. It might have been Ryu. Like, I remember specifically, like, asking my mom to take me there on a Saturday, like right when the mall opened at 10 a.m. because I figured I could get on the machine before anybody would play it, and I could play against the computer and try to learn things. I think I got to play for like a minute before somebody joined in. Like, it was just that busy in 1991. It was just that active. It wasn't until like I want to say like it must have been like around like January 1992, like an arcade that was closer to me finally got a cabinet, and like not too many people played it, so I finally got to like actually play against a computer and learn how to do special moves. By where was this? I used to live in a small city in South Texas called Harlingen, in the Rio Grande Valley. Because, like, I saw people would, like, do the special moves, but I had no idea how to do them, and I figured if I just picked Ryu and mashed a lot, like, I could sometimes mash out a fireball. If I was really lucky, I could mash out a dragon punch. But yeah, I wouldn't say, like, there were... It all depends on where you live, because I didn't see machines everywhere. But eventually, like, they started populating. They started showing up in like convenience stores, grocery stores, places like that. Oh. I want to do a magic throw. Can't get the magic throw. Whoa, Ryu's smashing like crazy. So yeah, it wasn't until like early '92 that I finally had the chance to play the computer, and I learned so much. I was able to actually figure out how to do the special moves. A rental store called Major Players? I don't think so. Oh, there it is. We had a Movie Land Video before they got bought out by Blockbuster. Oh, that's so cheap. It's just really unfortunate that I felt like I was too young to appreciate, like, just having, like, regular... Just being able to go to the local mall and just being able to play people in Street Fighter 2 all day. Because then once you start to get good at fighting games, then, like... It feels really good when you get a win streak going and you make that quarter, you make that token last for like an hour or two. But I didn't appreciate it at the time. I didn't appreciate like just how big Street Fighter 2 was in regards to versus play. It's definitely a regret of mine. Oops. Ooh, magic throw. I haven't even really talked about the Guile glitches I'm doing, because I definitely remember, there were a lot of rumors about this game. Like, there were rumors that, like, Guile had a gun, or Chun-Li could throw her bracelets, stuff like that. All these urban legends that were going around. And it was like, I think it was around the time Champion Edition came out. Like, nobody was playing World Warrior anymore. Like, they still had one at the usual arcade I frequented. And one of my, I wouldn't say he was a friend, he was more like an arcade acquaintance, like tells me that Guile has these, Guile can do handcuffs in the original Street Fighter 2, and I'm like, yeah, right. He's like, no, it's true, I'll show you. And I just kind of walk over there, and I'm like, okay, what's he gonna show me? This is probably bullshit, but I'll play along. I was trying to do the handcuffs there, and I fucked it up. But it made my eyes bulge out when I saw it. And then he showed me the magic throw, and... because, you know, we had no internet. It was all word of mouth. I mean, the internet existed, but I didn't have access to it. Oops. Man, I cannot get the handcuffs on Barlog. Yeah, and then there was the whole Shenlong thing, which I figured out was fake, like, pretty easily, because, like, it was in EGM, and I had a subscription to EGM, and like, the previous year, they had some code about how you could play as Simon Belmont in the NES version of TMNT 2. Although it was using Trevor's sprite, they didn't know what they were doing. Oh, Guile's stuck.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
That's another glitch you can do. If you're charging back for a Sonic Boom and you do the upside down kick, you just hit standing roundhouse and then you do a Sonic Boom with Fierce, and Guile gets stuck in the statue pose. He can be hit out of it, but Vega doesn't know how to deal with it. Yeah, you can actually timer scam. Because you can get out of it. To get out of it, you just have to do a flash kick. Which you can do after time runs out, thankfully. It's a good way to, like, take a break if you're playing against the computer. You need to go, like, go to the bathroom or something. Have a smoke. I don't know. Oh, God. Got priority. Can I get the handcuffs? There we go. There's the handcuffs again. So if you don't get them out of the handcuffs before time runs out, the game is hard locked. Can I do it? I want him to jump on the wall. I don't think he's gonna do it now. Whatever. Because the magic throw can actually toss Vega off the wall. Which looks amazing. This was the bonus stage that, for whatever reason, did not make it into the Super Nintendo and Genesis versions. Which is too bad, because it was the most fun bonus stage. It was fun trying to, like, time attack it. See how fast you could do it. Oops. Oh yeah, that foreground tree that they got rid of in Champion Edition. Hide behind the tree. Where'd Guile go? That's some good framing. Tall man. Come on. wanted to magic throw him. Of course, everybody wanted to know how to play as the bosses, but yeah, as was said, the bosses were they didn't program in many animation frames for them. They have like jumping attacks that stay active the entire time, but do a fierce worth of damage, shit like that. M. Bipson. Oh god. Bison actually can do infinite scissor kicks. Uh-oh. That was supposed to be handcuffs. Wow, okay. Ooh, double damage. That was another thing that was only in World Warrior, like, getting hit out of certain moves does double damage. Like Psycho Crusher and Blanca Ball, Tiger Uppercut. Man, I cannot do magic throws today. It's kind of annoying. Oops. Well, that's the worst way to finish. Oh man, it's so weird seeing the normal ending of this after after playing the Shenlong hack. Did I not lose a round? Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I guess I didn't. I almost lost to Zangief, but... So I think there's a... You can speed up the staff roll if you... I think you have to finish the game without losing a round, and then like you hold down all 6 buttons before the credit roll starts. Thank you, Daciati, for the quarter.
Check it out!
Check it out. Thank you, Mr. Radon. Oh yeah, that does remind me. The first time I saw like somebody finish the game, they finished it with Zangief. And for whatever reason, like, I didn't think like every character had their own ending. I figured like Gorbachev came out for every character, but that makes no sense. I thought that was kind of weird. Man, I was a stupid kid. Is that my little Amy? Okay, so I think I have to hold all 6 buttons down before the staff roll starts. Shut up, Murph. Yeah, those 2 frames of dog barking animation. It's just like Adon in the Capcom Fighting Jam background. Yeah, nice slippers. God, this is like the longest ending. Because you only get the staff roll if you finish it on 1 credit. Oh no, it's a different one. Okay. This is the no rounds lost ending. I thought there was like there's a different one, but I guess it's only if you lose a round. Presented by Capcom. So you thought it was the same thing for for Ken's ending? I kind of regret not doing Ken's ending with their MS Paint Eliza. Because they actually redrew her in Champion Edition.